Hello everyone, welcome to another session of Police Act. So we already discussed about Police Act of 1860 and Kerala Police Act. So Kerala Police Act already got so many amendments and now we are following Kerala Police Act 2011. So this is an act, as we already told, this is an act to consolidate and amend the law relating to the establishment, regulation, powers and duties of the police force in the state of Kerala and for matters connected therewith and like incidental thereto. So we already discussed about the silent features. Now let's see the chapters and the sections of Kerala Police Act 2011. So it consists of 8 chapters and 131 sections. And in the chapter 1, it's preliminary. It says in that it has two sessions, and in first session, it describes the short title, extend and commencement. So title it's like it extends to the whole Kerala of the state, Kerala state, and it shall come into force at once. And in definitions, it is giving definitions for a lot of terms like commission, district magistrate, then government, then police. So police means and includes all persons exercising the duties and functions specified under section 3 and 4, and police mean and who are authorized under section 88. Then it is giving definitions of police act, property, public place, then vehicle, etc. And in chapter 2, I'm just telling a brief of these things. It's not a detailed thing. So you have to just study about these chapters and what the chapter, how many sections that chapter has. Then in chapter 2, it's describing the duties and functions of police, and in this section 3 and 4 are there, and section 3 is telling the general duties of police and section 4 the functions of police. So what are the general duties of police? So in this section they describes the police as a service functioning category among the people, as part of the administrative system, shall subject to Constitution of India and the laws enacted thereunder, strive in accordance with the law to ensure that all persons enjoy the freedoms and rights available under the law by ensuring peace and order, integrity of the nation, security of the state, and protection of human rights. And let's see what are the functions of police. So police force officers shall subject to the provisions of this act and perform these functions, so to ensure the law impartially and to protect the life, to ensure the law impartially, to protect the life, liberty, property, human rights, and dignity of all persons in accordance with the law, and to protect the integrity, security of the nation, and act vigilantly against extremist activities, communal violence, insurgency, etc. Then to promote and protect arrangements ensuring public security and maintaining public peace, then to protect the public from danger and nuisance, then to protect all public properties including roads, railways, bridges, vital installations and establishment, to prevent and reduce crimes exercising lawful powers to the maximum extent, then to take actions to bring the offenders to the due process of law by lawfully investigating crimes, and to control and regulate traffic at all public places where there is movement of people and goods. Then to strive and prevent and resolve disputes and conflicts which may result in crimes, then to provide all reasonable help to persons affected by natural or man-made disasters, calamity or accident, to collect, examine and if necessary to disseminate information in support of all activities of the police and in the maintenance of security of the state, then to ensure to protection and security of all persons in custody in accordance with law, then to obey and execute lawfully all lawful commands of competent authorities and official superiors, then to uphold and maintain the standards of internal discipline, to install a sense of security among people in general, to take charge of and ensure the security of persons, especially women and children found helpless and without support in any public place or street, then to discharge any duties imposed by any law for the time being in force, and to discharge such other functions as may be lawfully assigned to them by the government from time to time. So these are the functions of the police. Then chapter 3. In chapter 3, it describes police stations. So this consists of 5 to 13 sections. So section 5 tells about the establishment of police stations, and section 6, government to provide sufficient facilities at police stations. Then section 7 is telling about the citizens have the right to efficient police service, and section 8 describes the rights of the public at a police station, and section 9 expenses for persons in custody. Then section 10, police stations to be always functional, and section 11 describes special police station, and section 12, police station diary, and section 13, persons competent to verify the station diary and custodial facilities. So establishment of police stations tells that the government may by notification and subject to the provisions of section 2 of the Code of Criminal Procedure Act, establish police stations for every local for the purpose of this act. So every local there should be police station. Then a police officer of such rank as may be fixed by the government and designated as the station house officer shall supervise the functions of each police station. So in establishment of police station, they are telling these things, like every place there should be police station, and the station officer, they should take charge of these police stations. And government, next session, government to provide sufficient facilities at police stations. They're telling like it is telling like government shall subject to the resource available ensure to that every police station has adequate manpower and infrastructural facilities to provide basic services to all the persons who is in need of police station. Then citizens, section 7, citizens have the right to efficient police service. So all citizens, they have the right to get the police services from any police station. Then rights of the public at a police station. So the subject to reasonable practically all persons shall have the right to receive lawful services from the police station and for peaceful entry and reception at any time at any police station. So all the Indian citizens, they have the right to enter to the police station and to get the police services. Then every police station has the function or the facility for women to submit complaints with privacy in the presence of a woman police. So these are the rights of the public at a police station. Then expenses for a persons in custody. In this section, it tells that the state government shall provide with each police station a sum proportionate to the number of persons in custody every month and the period of their custody at the existing government rate of half the minimum daily wages for unskilled labor for giving food, water, and other primary needs of every person in his custody. Then police station to be always functional. So every police station shall always be functional for the performance of police duty and alert for those who need police services. So police station should always functional. Then special police stations means like the government may establish special police stations in any area for any particular period for any particular purpose or for enforcement of any particular law and laws. Then police station diary, section 12. So every police station shall keep a general diary in such form as may be fixed by the government from time to time and record therein the substance of all complaints made. Then the first information charts, that is the FIR reports, then charges, the name and details of the complaints, then opposite parties and all arrested persons. So all the details about these things, like all the complaints, FIRs, then who came and gave complaint, who is the opposite party, every detail should be entered in this police station diary. Then next is section 13, persons competent to verify the station diary and custodial facilities. So who are the persons having the right or right to verify the station diary. They are mentioning here in section 13. So all chairpersons and members of the state human rights commission, or the state women's commission, or the state SC/ST commission, or the state or district police complaints authorities may enter in police station and directly verify the entries in any general diary maintained under section 12 and the condition of any person kept in custody. So these persons can come and verify the station diary, and also they can verify or check the persons in custody. So this is in section 5 to 13. So this is about police station. This comes in chapter 3. Then chapter 4, general structure of the police force. So section 14, Kerala police. In this section 14 to 26 are in chapter 4, section 14 to 26. So in section 14 they are describing Kerala police. Then section 15, government to specify police structure, and section 16, police district, section 17, district police chief, section 18, state police chief, then section 19, coordination by the district magistrate, and section 20 describes police manual, section 21, special wings, units, branches, courts, and section 22, a police officer may himself perform the duties of his subordinate, and section 23, separation of investigation from law and order. Then section 24, state scrutiny commission, and section 25, functions of the commission, and section 26, evaluation of police performance. So here first one you have to remember section 14. So section 14 describes the Kerala police, and there shall be one unified police force for the state of Kerala named Kerala police, and it may be divided into as many subunits, units, branches, or wings on the basis of geographical convenience or functional efficiency or any special purpose as may be decided by the government from time to time. So in Kerala, police force subject to the limit that there being no rank higher than that of the state police chief, and hierarchy, and I will tell the hierarchy mentioned here in section 14. So police constable hierarchy, I am in ascending order I am telling. So police constable, then police head constable, assistant sub inspector of police, sub inspector of police, inspector of police, deputy superintendent of police, superintendent of police, deputy inspector of general of police, inspector general of police, then inspector general of police, additional director general of police, director general of police, director general of police, and state police chief. So this is the hierarchy. I told this in ascending order. This I will take in another session also. So you just remember this one. Then next is section 15. So here government to specify police structure is then police district, section 16. Then police district mentioned that the state government may be by notification declare from such date as may be specified in the notification any area in the state as a police district for the purpose of this act. Then they are describing all these things like district police chief, state police chief, coordination by district magistrate, and all. Then chapter 5, here they are giving the duties and responsibilities of police officer. So from section 27 to section 71 is the describes duties of and responsibilities of police officer. So duty of a police officer is mentioned in section 27, and response of a police officer is mentioned in section 28. So duty of a police officer, it shall be the duty of every police officer to undertake all reasonable and lawful activities for the efficient discharge of police duties specified under the act in respect of the discharge of the duties entrusted with him. So we already know what are the functions of police officer. So under this, the duty of a police officer is to perform all these functions. Then Section 28, response of a police officer. So every police officer on duty shall remain in a state of mental and physical alertness and respond as quickly as practically possible to any situation that comes to his notice, in respect of which police are lawfully required to discharge their duties. So here they are responsible to respond at any time if they are in need. Then behavior of police officer. So all police officers in duty in their dealings with public shall exhibit courtesy, then then and comparison compassion appropriate to the occasion, and use polite and decent languages. So they have to behave decent in the public. Then police officer should maintain good health. Then police officer to keep information confidential, and police officers are liable to explain. Then police and public may keep audio or video or electronic records, and how to make complaints to the police. So the subjects to the provisions of the criminal procedure code, that is CRPC. A complaint to the police may be made orally or in writing or by gestures or by signals or by digital or electronic means, and the concerned police officer is bound to take appropriate legal action. So the it is not that like we have to go to police station and give a written complaint. We can give complaint orally also, and we can make gestures or signals or anything like that. If we have any complaint against any persons, we can give any of these things as complaint. So the police officer who we are giving complaint, he is responsible for take the necessary actions. Then police to behave decently towards witnesses. Then persons details for identification be furnished on demand. Then entry of police in private places. So every police officer, if he has a good and sufficient reasons for which he shall be accountable and responsible, shall have the power to enter in any private place by giving due consideration for custom, decency, privacy, for the purpose of ensuring security or for preventing imminent danger. So every police officer, they has the right to enter into a private place if they have a particular or lawful reason. Then police to interfere for preventing offences. Then lawful directions of police to be compelled with, and then removal by police. Then police action in offence requiring special authorization. Then maintenance of law and order and prevention of danger is also a duty of a police officer. Then police uniform to be distinctive, exclusive and easily identifiable. Then police duties, vehicles to be distinctive, exclusive and identifiable. So this all we know, their uniform are special uniforms they have, and they have special vehicles and special purpose in disturbed powers in disturbed areas. Then resistant on arrested persons. Then keep in custody of insane persons, drunkards and persons with illness. Then medical examination of the accused, medical treatment of the accused. Then action in respect of injury in those in police custody. Then service providers to maintain records, service providers to give information to police. Then verification of antecedents of service providers. Then are also duty described in this section. So service providers to maintain records means all service providers belonging to such categories as may be notified for the purpose of the government from time to time shall maintain accurate records in respect of the identity of person to whom they have provided services. So all the service providers, they have to keep information about the persons whom they gave like their services, so that if there is any problem, they can give the information to the police. Then they have to maintain records. This is for giving information to the police. Then verification to an antecedents of service providers. So the it is that the service provider of any type of service or any area shall, before they start providing any service to the public, obtain a police verification certificate from the district police chief. So if they are giving any services, they have to get a police verification certificate. Then service providers to report on stolen or lost or seeking articles. So any police officer may deliver to any service provider a list of any articles lost or stolen or required to be located by reason of any crime with available details of their identification. So in such cases, service providers they can seek and ascertain the name and address of the person in the possession of such article, and after detaining the property. Then police station in respect of unclaimed articles. Then police to attempt to locate missing persons. Police to keep registers in respect of missing properties, so they have to keep all the things recorded. Then police to give certificates of non-involvement in offences. Police to give security advice. Then police to regulate and control traffic. Then security be given to individuals and private institutions. Then police actions in disputes which may lead to cognizable offences. Then community policing, service of beat police. Then reward to general public taking over possession of building and premise for preventing riot, handling of accidents and or disasters, actions of the on the occasion of fire, disaster and accidents. So they have, it is mentioned in this chapter that how to handle the accident or disaster and how to handle the occasion of fire or any other accidents. Then police equipment to be exempted from licensing. Then police officer to furnish information. So these are the sections. So you should study like from section 26 to 71. It is mentioned the duties of police officer and it comes under chapter 5. So this only these things you have to know. No need of going further like for explaining and all such things. Then chapter 6, 7 and 8 will explain in the next section, next sessions. So I hope you are okay with this, and there is no confusions. If you have any doubts, you can clear it. So that's it. We'll meet in the next session. Thank you.